Live.
hmm
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Slide Job podcast, and we are at episode 6 now. It is Michigan yet again. We have another cup race that gets slowed and pushed to Monday by rain. It's just where NASCAR goes, the rain follows. It just doesn't change. Doesn't want to end. Some news might have Mike Rockefeller in the 42 car for the next two races. Pretty much certain that he's going to be in there. He did because he was one of them that worked with him on Garage 56.
Yeah,
So that was I felt like that was pretty much a given that he was gonna get the opportunity there.
I thought Josh Berry would be in the car for the rest of the year.
That's also another possibility. I think that's what that they might do that. I think it's just because there's two road courses coming up. They want to give him the shot because they know that he's the road course specialist and
Yeah.
you know probably put Barry in what Ona, and then just let him run the rest of the season. Basically, like what Ty Gibbs did.
Yeah.
Why we are talking about someone in the 42 car. Uh, so Noah Gragson made a stupid and made a meme that was about George Floyd. Probably not the greatest thing to have your name associated with, and a lot of people caught it. And what's really crazy about it is he changed his profile picture, he changed his name, like he did a whole bunch of stuff to his Twitter account to not be associated with it. And I feel like that's where they really were like, okay, you did this, you knew you did something wrong, and
Yeah.
you tried to hide it.
Yeah.
And I think that's where a lot of the real issue came from.
hmm
But I mean, come on now. Like you can make dark jokes and memes and stuff like that, and I'll laugh at them. But you kind of, yeah, when it comes down to people dying, probably not really something that you should be memeing about. Just food for thought as a professional athlete with, hundreds of thousands that see you all the time and have your social media and everything like that. Probably shouldn't have done that. So he's pretty much gone. I mean, I think at this point the only real hope he has is that Rick Ware decides they're like, hey, we don't give a shit. Look at my son.
Uh,
I mean, I'm not wrong.
uh,
It's just one of those, I don't have to say what happened. I can just put it out there and I think everyone can kind of put two and two together.
yeah. Yeah.
Like I think that's probably the only place that he would end up other than possibly being thrown into some garbage Infinity car because sorry, Junior's not taking him back now. Sponsors aren't going to want him. He's basically putting himself in a Kyle Larson situation.
Yeah.
So at this point, he might not be racing for a while. Be unfortunate for him, but pretty fortunate for everyone else because he's just in the way. I mean, at least he does it. It kind of sucks because we don't get any more punching content. That would be nice. Um, the Xfinity race went on as planned. No real rain for that one. Allgaier Fest some practice. They've been Junior Motorsports has really started to pick it up over the last few races.
Yeah.
Ty Gibbs racing, and be up there. It's not a matter of if, just a matter of when. Hocevar was good in practice. He qualified seventh. really expected a lot out of Hocevar, and it really is his fault. But
Yeah.
just unfortunate. You had Josh Berry, Justin Allgaier on the front row, and then Mayer, Brandon Jones in 14th. I mean, definitely could have been a lot worse for Jones.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's been pretty bad lately.
He did finish third though.
Yeah, a whole lot of other things going on in qualifying. Not a lot of surprises. I mean, Brett Moffitt. I mean, you could kind of say that that's a surprise him starting 12th, but at the same time, it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for qualifying. Stage one. So you had Casgrella spun with Sheldon Creed. He was like 3 wide with 2 behind him, and like he was in probably the worst arrow hole that you could possibly be in, and
Yeah.
just he had no shot at keeping that car.
Yeah.
And then lap 10. Oh god.
Mhm.
So if anyone watches this, you'll know that I do not like John Hunter Nemechek. I've never liked John Hunter Nemechek, and I will never like John Hunter Nemechek. Um, he decided that on lap 10 of a 125 lap race, he was going to be about as impatient as you possibly can, and basically just kind of dumped his teammate Ty, and got Sammy Smith put out of the race. Carson Hocevar was taken out of the race. Uh, Mason Maggio had some damage. He didn't really have a whole lot. But yeah, I mean, I know Ty Gibbs was loose off the corner, but when they showed his in car, he was loose, and then he had it under control again, and then he got slammed in, and then he got hit. And like it's lap 10, just
Yeah.
let off both of them, because it's not strictly just on John Hunter Nemechek and Sammy Smith. He's a rookie, so he gets kind of a pass. But at the same time, he shouldn't get a pass because he's a rookie just because it's first full-time season. He's been racing for like he raced last year in Xfinity. Like, you know, I don't know about all that. You really just have to let off the gas. Like we're at lap 10, and I know that there's not a lot of love lost between Ty and John Hunter Nemechek, but they're basically the same person in Xfinity anyway. They both race like shit, and then wonder why people don't race them good. Like, I don't like I don't like him. I just don't like John Hunter Nemechek. Can't stand him. I think he's gonna come back up the cup, and he's gonna be just like his father. They called him Front Row Joe because he won one pole, and then after that, it was back to reality. I think that Joe Nemechek was better when he was younger, but once he got older, no one he never got another chance with a better team. So, and his team sucked. Allgaier won the first stage. I mean, you had Maggio hit the wall, blew a tire, back marker anyway. So then Hocevar actually got the free pass then.
Yeah, but his race is pretty much done, but he was still out on the track.
Yeah, Allgaier won stage one, and then they all pit. Ty Gibbs, John Hunter Nemechek, Cash Gralla didn't. And this is where I have the problem with what happened in stage one. was wrecked both of his teammates, and then stays out, dominates stage two, and now he's just up front for the rest of the race. Instead of, working through the field and making it through the field, he just dumped his teammate and then got a free pass to the lead,
Still don't
which
think it was
is
intentional, but
I don't think it's intentional. I just, it's just one of those things where it's like, mm, someone should really probably punch you in the mouth. Someone should, because he races like shit every race. He dumped Sheldon Creed at Portland, and then Sheldon Creed dumped him, and then his teammate got into him a little bit, and then he lost his shit and dumped his teammate, and it's like, okay, dude, you get into some kind of shit every single race now, and can't tell me that it's not none of it's your fault. No one's that lucky. Uh, Jed Burton spun into his pit stall, stage one caution. Ross had to come back in, something up the front tires. He had damage on it was the right front. Mozak tried to clear himself, and uh, didn't work. So him and Joe Graff Jr. got pretty bad damage. John Hunter won stage two. Ty Gibbs spun him out going into the pit, into his pit stall, and that pretty much ended his race. Even though the first lap of the restart he went from 30th to 18th. So
yeah.
but then we'll go to the next one. I mean, you have Emmerling blowing a tire, hitting the wall, had a caution come out. Then after that, before that,
I think
oh
that was
yeah,
the
it was
final
before
caution of
that.
the race, I think.
It was before that during green flag pit stops when Allgaier pit from seventh and then gets a too many men over the wall penalty.
Yeah.
And looking at that one, that's just it's one of those that looking at it really shouldn't be a penalty because he didn't gain any time. Nothing changed. You know, one person. That's such a crappy way to lose your shot at the win because he probably. I mean, let's be honest here. John Hunter Nemechek had nothing for Justin Allgaier, and it just seems kind of it seems like kind of a garbage call to me. He was over the wall too soon, but it's like, what
Yeah.
is that? Like, how is that a safety issue? If two men are already allowed over the wall before the car gets in there, isn't that already a safety issue? They already like it's not like the drivers aren't coming in and everyone's over the wall right as the car's coming in. So, and he still had to wait to go around the car anyway, so it didn't make any difference. That's one of those calls that I just don't like. It's like that doesn't need to be called. If it's an advantage or it looks really close to hitting one of your crew members, okay, I understand it. But that one, it didn't change anything. And he wasn't even close to hitting anyone either.
I mean, if you looked at the replay, it showed that there was a red line that signified what being one pit stop away, and then the Allgai's car was not at that line. So I think that's
Yeah,
where
his the
that's where
nose
the
of his car the nose of his car was touching it, but the tire wasn't in it yet.
yeah.
It was literally a matter of, like, 6 inches of where it was legal and wasn't legal, and that was, like it's like, "Really?" So, 6 inches made the difference? I have a joke for that, but, this is supposed to be kind of PG-13-ish. Just fill in the blank with what 6 inches is. Just like, it's like they just keep handing wins to John Hunter Nemechek, and I'm just getting tired of it. The car that really doesn't have the driver that doesn't really have the car to win seems to be winning a lot more than the drivers that do have the cars to win. So, you had a John Hunter Nemechek win, Berry got 2nd, Brandon Jones got 3rd, Gibbs 4th, Mayer 5th, Riley really coming on strong at the right time, 6th, Ross, I don't know how the hell Ross managed to get 7th, but he did. Kligerman up in 8th, great run for Parker. The other Parker, Retzloff, he was 9th, so that's a great finish for him. Jeb Burton got 10th, even after all the spinning on pit road and everything. And Allgaier got 14th, which after all the crap that he went through, it's pretty good.
Yeah, but he was very disappointed.
Oh, I can imagine. I can imagine it wasn't disappointment either. It was more pissed off than anything. And you could hear the radio. They were not happy. He was not happy. Austin Hill had the transmission issue.
Yeah, it was only stuck in fourth gear, I think.
Yeah, that was pretty bad for him. He was
Yeah,
up
that
there.
he still managed to finish 11th, I think.
Yeah, he finished 11th. Yeah, Hocevar 32nd. Only 2 laps down, which is impressive. Yeah, I mean, other than that, Joe Gibbs Racing having their 200th Xfinity win, and I wanted to say a meme for John Hunter Nemechek's name, but it's not a good word. So he's got 6 wins now.
5.
Is it 5?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
I'm
5.
thinking of Jordan Love, Arca,
Jesse Love.
Jesse Love, whatever his name is. I watched 1 or 2 Arca races this season, so you know.
I never watched it.
It was on the guy that I watched the streams of, so like, I had the opportunity, so I might as well take the opportunity to watch it. And we'll go to the standings. I'm hurt.
I believe Sheldon Creed is now on the bubble. I think he's 12th now.
What it looks like.
I think it's like 20 something points.
Go back to full standings, so that actually shows. You know, yeah, he's 18. Yeah, he's 18 points ahead of Parker. And Riley Herbst is 40 up. 45 back is Brandon Jones.
Yeah,
He's slowly creeping in. Daniel
45
Hemrick.
points. 45 points in 5 races. That's still doable.
Oh yeah, that's 100% doable. Daniel Hemrick, 67. I think probably got that locked.
Yeah.
And Josh Berry, I mean, unless 4 drivers win in the last 5 races, Josh Berry's in. Moffitt, 86 out. He's gonna need to win. I don't think he has really any realistic shot. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the Xfinity series. Next race is the Indy Road Course, isn't it, for them too. And then it's IRP for truck next weekend.
Yep.
This weekend. I mean, I guess I can make a prediction for that one. Um, Probably like Enfinger. Hocevar might be really good. Zane Smith. Um, Corey Heim. Pretty much the usuals for the truck race. I don't really see any any reason to not think that the usuals will be up towards the front and have a shot to win.
Yeah.
I'll throw out the dark horse of SVG just because I can. I mean, he's
Yeah.
1 for 1 already. I might as well give him another shot.
I think he's gonna have a blast.
I think he's gonna have a blast. He's not ready for it. I know he's not.
Yeah.
He's not ready for it. Um, Xfinity at the road course. um, Parker.
You
Parker's
also
gonna
got
have a shot.
you also got AJ in the field.
Oh, is AJ racing? I didn't know if AJ was racing or not. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
AJ won. Never mind.
Yeah.
That
And
this is the one track where this is his track.
yeah.
This is his track. He'll win this one.
And Ty Gibbs is in the field too.
I don't fuck Ty Gibbs. He'll be up there. He's a good road course racer. I know that. Uh, just Allgaier, he'll be up there. Austin Hill, he'll be up there.
Yeah.
Um,
Sheldon Creed maybe.
yeah, Creed might be pretty good. Yeah, I think it's probably going to be down between AJ, I mean Ty Gibbs might. I think it's going to be AJ and maybe Custer. His Custer seems to really be picking it up on the road courses this season.
Won 2 of the last 3, I believe.
Yeah, there's only 2 wins or a road course.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be interesting for Indy. It'll be shitty. I would imagine just what it seems. Uh, so Cup Series, they have to go in. Eh. I will definitely say that I was not expecting. Was definitely not expecting Buescher to win. So
Yeah.
practice. It seemed like Truex was going to be the car to beat, which he pretty much was.
Yeah.
Um, Gibbs was 4th in practice. That was really good for Gibbs.
And he qualified third.
Yeah. And then yeah, going to qualifying, Bell and pole, Ross second, which was a shock to me.
Yeah.
Gibbs, Buescher, Truex 5th, Pagano, Byron, Bush, Blaney, and Elliott. No, don't worry. We'll get to we'll get to don't worry. I've been waiting for this moment for a little. The just a little bit of "I told you so." Just a little bit. Uh, so stage one, MTJ. Kind of figured he was pretty dominant. Yeah, it started out pretty quiet, and then Kyle Busch spinning under Blaney. I mean, he was upset about it, but at the same time, I mean, he's on the outside. You're the one that keeps coming up. So do you really have a lot of room to talk here? I mean, I know that, a couple of years ago, that person on the outside would just let you go. But you know what NASCAR is now. People just don't let each other go anymore. They don't care.
Mm-hmm.
There's no give and take. It's all just take. So Bush spun, hit the wall. He was out of the race. 11 cars stayed out there. And yeah, lap 34. They sell it. Blows a right rear tire and pounds the outside wall, and that's it for him.
Mm-hmm. He wasn't happy when he got to the garage
No, he was not happy.
because
But
he freaking whipped it into the garage stall.
mhm. And Byron got loose and hit the wall right on the final lap of stage one.
Yeah, he was just trying too hard and just got loose off turn 4 and pounded the wall.
Yeah,
He was running. He was running ninth.
yeah, he went from 9th to 13th. Bowman got the lead. Buescher had the lead. And Truex. It's even getting to the point where there's NASCAR content creators like Radman, even the Iceberg mentioned hinted at it that something is that the 19 team has found something that
Mm.
NASCAR doesn't know about yet.
Yeah, they're not gonna tell you either.
No, they're not going to say anything either because the past couple races that car has been so ridiculously fast that people are starting to think that they are legitimately cheating, and they might be. That like they might honestly be, or they found something that's in that gray area that NASCAR just hasn't found yet. And I think once they find it, I don't think Truex is going to be up at the front much longer because that was like he went from 27th to 16th in like 3 laps, and he could go down on the bottom and just drive past people, and
Yeah,
he
it was
was the
crazy.
only one.
Yeah, it was crazy that he was the only one able to keep his momentum on the bottom and carry it down the straightaways.
which is like what which like, once that started to happen, I was looking at it, I was like, "All right, so now I'm really starting to think something's up there." And now people are starting to call it out. Like, they even touched on it, like Junior and Burton did. In the booth, they were touching on it. Like, they had to have found something out that no one else has figured out yet,
Mhm.
because no one was able to do that, and no one was able to do some of the stuff that Truex has been doing for races. So, at what point does NASCAR finally start to be like, "Okay, let's take a little bit of a look here, and let's see, if we got people in the booth that are calling this out, we might have to check this."
Well, apparently they had an opportunity at post race, but they didn't take his car to R&D. I saw I saw a comment as like, "Oh, they take Logano's car to R and Joy Logano's car to R&D, but they didn't take Truex's." It makes perfect sense.
Yeah, that like, come on, guys. Like, I understand you want to make it look like you're not singling someone out, but I think it's about time you single out the 19. They're doing something that may or may not be okay. Like, they could be doing something that's well within the rules. So, who knows? But on that off chance that they are 100% cheating, that might be that might be it, you know. Uh see, there's the rain, stopped it at 75. It was just one of those things where it was just a mist that kept banging over the track for a while, and there was nothing they could do. They couldn't get the race it. And then Bell spun before that, just in over his head going into turn one. Then then the rain came and fired the cars up, and then it rained again. Big shocker. Uh, Finally got going, and then it seemed like Bubba was gonna lead for a while. Truex got the lead. Priest had a right rear tire go down. Still brings out a caution.
Yeah, that was the funny thing, cause I think also Dylan had the exact same problem on the restart, but they didn't throw the caution.
Ugh,
And then Ryan Priest had the same issue on the restart. I think it was before, and then they throw the caution.
yeah, Denny on that pit cycle just just didn't go. His car stalled, and it took him a good 15-20 seconds to get it going again. Uh, Great finish at the end of stage two. Truex just shot out of a cannon, nos in the car, whatever you want to call it. Suarez got second. That would have been great for Suarez. Bell got a penalty. 2 minute too over the wall too fast.
Who did?
Bell.
Oh, oh yeah. Well, his race was pretty much over at that point till the end. But
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty much over. But yet somehow finishes 13th. So
yeah, but that's crazy too. That's crazy too because how that car finished 13th, I got no idea.
yeah, I have no idea. Um, Bowman and Todd getting into it. And that was the end of the third Hendrick Motorsports car.
I don't know what it is, but Hendrick and Michigan just don't get along for some reason.
Yeah, I don't I don't know.
Because I remember a race back in, I think it was 2013, that like all four of the cars finished like 25th or worse.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. It's interesting because then you have Larson sitting there in fifth, and it's like Larson was just Larson was kind of up in the top 8 to 10 all race long, and he had fresh tires at the end and wound up passing a few guys.
Yeah, he still somehow finished fifth too.
Uh, Buescher got the lead on 133, and they both come into the pits. Him and Reddick. And him and Reddick played from our league, the the crazy kid and Dragon Slayer game of the drafting game, and
It would have worked out for Reddick though.
if it definitely would have worked out because Reddick had a great pit stop, and they got around, and then right rear comes loose and goes down, and that's it for pretty much it for him. He wound up
30th, 3 laps down.
yeah, that was terrible.
Yeah, if Reddick didn't have that pit issue, he would have won.
Probably. I bet he definitely had a better car. He had a better car than Truex too. And then Truex caught Buescher, and then they started their battle. That battle was about 30 laps long, and it was phenomenal. And Truex tried real hard to I think it was what 12 to go. Real hard tried to get around him in turn one, and
Yeah, he got loose trying
he
to get
damn
by
near spun.
Truex. Yeah, I think he said on the radio, "I almost spun out."
And then Junior was like, "Yeah, I think you did."
Yeah,
That was pretty bad, and then Buescher just held him off.
Truex gave him one more shot at it though. It was about I think it was like 9, 8 to go. It was about a second, 1.1 seconds back, and he wheeled him in like in 2 laps.
Yeah,
But
I
then he
think
got
it's
to like,
crazy.
but he got to like 2 or 3 tenths of a second area, and then he just stalled out because of the dirty air.
Yeah, I think it's really crazy. You have one, two, three, four, five, six, 7 drivers led at least 10 laps.
Literally, what?
7 drivers in the race led at least 10 laps.
Uh, yeah. It was also a record for most different leaders in the race history.
Yeah, there's so many ones and twos on the lap leader list. I mean, shit, Josh Bilicki led a lap.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, Josh Bilicki led a lap.
I knew Ty Dillon was leading.
Yeah, Ty Dillon led 2 laps. Austin Dillon led 2 laps. Bell led a lap. Gibbs led a lap. Blaney led a lap. Larson led 2 laps. Denny led a lap. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Corey LaJoy, nice solid top 15.
Yeah, even that little incident with Ryan Blaney before the rain came.
Yeah, I mean, look, let's be honest. Ryan Blaney has really not much of a leg to stand on with that one. I can't say that he has any room to be like. I mean, you could be upset about it, but I mean, come on now. He got loose.
He
You
was
still
trying to
had
slide.
room.
He was trying to slide job, but he just couldn't. He didn't pull up quick enough, and then he ended up getting loose.
Yeah, like, I
Trying to stay off
understand.
him.
Understand, he tried to make some room where there maybe wasn't the most room, but I mean, he did try to back off of it. When he tried to back off of it, he got loose and just kind
Yeah.
of came up and, a little bit of a tap, and then the whole lap later, he's like, I'm just gonna door you on the straightaway, and it's like, well, I mean, it didn't really hurt you guys, so just
Yeah.
kind of keep it going. And
Yeah.
then he declined to comment afterwards, and it's like, really, my guy? Like,
Yeah.
come on, dude.
I was interested to hear his side of the story.
Right, like, it wasn't that serious. Eric Jones squeaking out a top 10.
He showed speed today. I mean, yesterday, because he was in the top five for a little bit.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, Bubba finished in 18th.
Oh, Bubba, yeah. I don't know what happened to him. I mean, he was up in the top 10. He was actually leading for a little bit, and then he just fell off out of nowhere.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know what happened. Other than that, there wasn't really a whole lot of interesting things. I mean, you had Bowman 33rd, Byron 35th, Elliott 36th, Kyle Busch 37th. So, I mean, it was a bad race for them, for most of Hendrick. We'll go to the very interesting standings.
Yeah, I think Ty Gibbs is 3 points ahead of Michael McDowell. Daniel Swift is 5 points behind. Almadang is 24 behind. Bowman's 44 behind. Austin Cindric's 51 behind, and I think Chase Elliott's 52 behind.
Chase is 55 behind.
Oh, 55. I thought 52.
Yeah, he's 55 back. Uh, then it's really the fight between Gibbs, McDowell, Suarez, and Allmendinger. I mean, Bowman still realistically has a shot to point his way in.
Yeah, but I don't think workhorses are his specialty next 2 weeks.
No, and I mean, look, let's be honest here. Yeah, Chase Elliott's really good at oh god, really good at the road courses, and he's probably going to have a shot. I just don't see it happening. They have not had the speed all season at every single racetrack. Every time they show up, they'll show up with some decent speed in qualifying, and then they just disappear. They'll show up towards the end of a race and they'll finish like 8th or 10th, and that's just not going to do it.
Yeah,
If he squeaks a win out, I mean, I don't see him winning the Indy Road Course.
it would be Watkins Glen. I think his best bet.
That's literally the only shot that he has.
He also got Daytona, but anything can happen Daytona.
But yeah, I don't think I don't give anyone a shot at Daytona or Talladega. I just kind of let whatever happens happens, because it could be, we could leave Daytona, and Ty Dillon could be in the fucking in the playoff. Like,
I thought I thought I had that moment at Michigan. Yesterday when I saw a message saying, throw the caution, it's raining," and I
oh
like
yeah,
tied down Zilly. I'm like, "Oh my god, is he serious? Like, is this is the caution really gonna come out?" But then it never came out.
yeah, it's they got, I think my the guys that I have being up front for the Indy Road Course for Cup. McDowell, AJ, Suarez. I want to say Buescher. Larson might be up there. I think the one we have to really pay attention to is SVG. I think he might have something for them. I mean, imagine you have two races in the Cup Series and you win both your starts.
It's going
I
to
mean,
be
is it possible?
Chicago was pretty much a one-off because nobody's ever ran a street race before. But you compare to Indy, they've already ran the course I think twice now. This is the third year, so it's going to be a little more of a challenge this weekend compared to Chicago in early July.
Yeah, but I mean, you also have to think the last two seasons, how many issues did the racetrack have?
I don't even remember the issues
You
last
had
year.
the curb.
I remember 2021, but I don't remember last
The
year.
curb the curb came up in both years.
I didn't even know.
It,
I
it,
didn't even
yeah,
know
it
that
had
last
it
year.
had issues last season too because you had the people hitting it and launching it and going up in the air.
Um,
And that happened too when they got rid of the curving, and then
mhm,
someone would hit the sausage curbs, and then they would just hit that and go like 5 feet in the air.
mhm.
So there was that too. But last season was AJ, wasn't it?
No. It was Tyler Reddick,
Oh yeah,
and then AJ won 2021.
yeah. That I think it's. I mean, hell, Reddick could be up there too. Completely
Yeah,
forgot about Reddick.
yeah.
I mean, will it be an interesting race? Yeah, sure. Every other part besides turn one.
Hmm.
Because other than that, turn one is going to be just it's going to be chaos. Especially with how aggressive this season has already been.
Hmm.
I think turn one is going to be. I don't think we're going to see 20 cars finish the race. That's how bad I feel about this race. It's just like I feel like 20 cars are going to finish the race, and that's going to be it. Could I be wrong? Sure, I'd like to be wrong, but they haven't really proven that they can make me wrong for that. So
Hmm.
I think it'll be interesting. It's going to open up the opportunity for someone outside to cut off to win a race. AJ, I don't think McDowell's going to win a race unless it's Daytona. He's good at road courses, but he's not winning good at road courses. No, it's going to be interesting. I don't really like the Indy road course at all. I really do hope that what they keep saying is true and that the oval's coming back next year because I think with that if that comes back with the package and everything, I think that'll be some good racing. Finally going the right way on the front stretch again. That's the other thing that I could never understood is why it was done in reverse.
I think it was mainly designed for like Formula One, IndyCar, and all that.
And Formula One never raced there.
Yeah, they did.
Did they race at the Indy road course?
Yeah, like early 2000s
Oh,
before they went to Coda. That used to be the American GP.
Could have sucked Formula One. Boring race now. It'll be it'll be interesting once it comes down to when we start getting some
Yep.
practice going. What is the I'd like to know when qualifying everything is. Guess I'm gonna have to go to Twitter for that. But I believe was the truck race Friday night.
Yes, the truck race is Friday night.
Yeah, let's go. It is Friday night, so we'll get practice and qualifying on Friday. Probably get Xfinity practice and qualifying on Friday too.
Yeah, then Cup will be Saturday.
Yeah, I'm excited for IRP. I love IRP. It's such a fun track.
Yeah.
And then right after that, we go back to the track that hasn't been seen in like 10 plus years.
Yep.
175 laps.
Yep.
Hype for Milwaukee. That'll be a good one. Yeah, I guess next week we'll have a lot more to talk about.
Mhm.
Because we are at 52 minutes and we're pretty much done. There's nothing else to talk about.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess Auto Club tomorrow for the Cup Series. That'll be fun. That'll be interesting.
Mhm.
Be the first race we've done in the league with the next gen car on something other than a plate track.
Mhm.
And with the caution-free race at Daytona, the first time we've ever had a caution-free race in the league. It'll be pretty fun. Partial to Auto Club, one of my better tracks. So maybe get a win finally after however long it's been since I got my last win.
Mhm.
It's been a long time. I haven't won in a while. And kind of annoyed by it. Um, yeah, I think we can end it there, and
Mhm.
we'll call it a couple minutes early.
Yep.
We'll be back probably Tuesday again. Same time work for you?
Yep. Sam. Yep. 4:30 sounds good.
All right. Yeah. Then thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys like the podcast. I hope we're entertaining you at least a little bit. And we'll see you guys next Tuesday, 4:30 p.m. Eastern. Catch you guys later.
See you.